Three, two, one. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Buckhouse podcast. We are your hosts, Benjamin Buckhouse and Johnathan Buckhouse on the other side. We are going into episode 10. You know what that means, bro? You know what that means, bro.
We're not going to fail, dude. This thing's going. It's moving.
Your average podcast fails by the 10th episode. We are not your average podcast. We are not your average people. We push through this, and we're going to get this to work. And we are super excited. 10 episodes, bro, which... Let's be real. We did have like the first 5 filmed a while ago, and then now we're in this one. But like, hey, 5 like a year and a half ago, and then we're 5 currently. Like we're on pace. We'll see you guys in a year and a half from the recording of this. No, I'm just...
It's funny because in a way, technically we failed because if we go by most podcasts fail by the 5th episode, but we never made it public because we wanted to build up a library before we went public, and then that's the only reason why it was able to not stay committed to it, because we're not the people that if like we make a public announcement, like, hey, we're doing this, like we're going to do it. But because it was just between me and you and then life got really busy, we were like, okay, we could just put that to the side. But what also though, I want to ask you, what is your measure of success? For me, I measure success by committing to something and sticking with it, and whatever the views, the subscriber, whatever that outcome is, like, I don't care. That's not my measure of success. I said I was going to make a podcast. I was going to do a podcast. And as long as one person is getting value out of it, then it's a successful podcast. What about you? Do you find the success off of like, oh, we're about to hit 70 subscribers, or we're getting 100 views an episode? What do you think?
So I think that if everyone views success differently, and I actually do have a different view of success out of this podcast, and I'll talk about that. But it's not necessarily monetary. Like I'm not here saying, or monetary or numbers wise, like analytically. So I'm not sitting here saying that we're not successful with this podcast because we're not at 10,000 subscribers and blah, blah. Like, no, like that's not where I'm at. But it's more so that where I see the success is how are the podcasts coming out? Like, what is the quality like? Am I progressing daily? Am I evolving daily with my edits, with my with the shorts, with the creativity, things like that? And so I am seeing success in it because I am coming up with new ways of creating things and trying to figure out things and trying to up my quality on everything. So like I do find it a success because I do feel like it's every day I'm getting better with it, if that makes sense.
No, totally. That makes sense because I have the same kind of thought with like my YouTube channel and my snowboarding. Like, once again, it's not about how many subscribers I have. It's not about how many views I'm getting. It's, am I making better videos? Am I snowboarding better? Like, it's a personal growth, and that's where I find my success at. And then obviously like coming through on what I committed to, because I've committed to people that don't know daily videos on my YouTube channel. I've done daily videos for over 4 years now, which has been a grind. And I don't want to say it's coming to an end. I do think this might be our last winter of daily videos. And then with the coming together and trying to put together Buckhouse Wax, like I really think if I can get something to be as successful as everything I put together on social media, I don't have to depend on getting revenue from YouTube and these other platforms. I'll still post for attention. I'll post for the ability to promote my products and other brands, like my sponsors and things like that, but not being solely dependent. And I'm not solely dependent. I have multiple avenues of income and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't need to be daily. I don't need to get this certain chunk from YouTube because I'm getting so much more from hopefully Buckhouse Wax and eventually Buckhouse Indie, meaning like a snowboard company that we have decks and shirts. And that would be so nice to not have to depend solely on like, I got to get a video every single day. Like a good like 4 videos a week would be a nice pace.
I keep seeing this in business, and maybe it's like me just learning it more, but it seems a little frustrating when it comes to growing a business because it feels like all your attention for the last couple of years has been on the daily uploads, and that because of that, it's given you no time to separate yourself to then start like the wax company and everything like that, right? So it's like because you were trying to maintain those daily uploads, it limited your time to be flexible to learn or go into a new avenue of like business. Would you agree with that? Or
Oh, 100%, especially when I was doing the editing, and now I'm about to go back to doing the editing. Like you only have so much bandwidth as a person, and I thrive and do really well with the creation and the editing. But when you're doing it every single day, like today, Roman threw up yesterday at school, got sent home. Now he's not going to school, which is nice. I don't have to deal with his school schedule, but I still have to like go out today. We're going to go hit a backcountry line, make a video on that. And then we're going to go to a basin, which the backcountry line literally like feeds into a basin. We're going to film like 2 how-to videos. That way we can take days off, and we do get days off and having an editor and stuff like that. But it's like, man, going back to just me, it's going to be like finding someone to come out and help me film videos, and then filming them and then editing them and then getting out. And I could do it. I've done it. It's a lot, but you're right. It takes just the content creation piece alone then consumes 90% of my day. So then it's like, okay, so now I got to do emails, and I got to do even just like planning or visioning, like what I want this business to do or become or things like that. And then on top of all of that, there's all these other platforms like TikTok and Instagram, all type of stuff like that. It's just like it's a lot. However, Instagram is paying again, which is so nice because I would say Instagram is still like my second leading platform for generating income, because I can do stories and I can direct people to my products through my stories. And if I make an Insta360 story or a sticker story, like it's very clear I get sales. But I post these reels that are getting millions of views sometimes, but thousands of views and like that, and I was getting paid nothing for it. And it was like, but I was getting paid in the past, and then they got rid of their creator program, and then I just brought it back. So anyways, hopefully that could become some money. Instagram sucks.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that Meta, as in Facebook and Instagram, is like it's the most commonly used social media platforms, but it's the lowest quality social media platforms, if that makes any sense at all. Between Facebook and Instagram.
I don't go on Facebook at all.
Dude, I feel like Facebook is for the older generation. So sorry, everybody. But it's like, other than Facebook Marketplace, I have no reason to be on Facebook.
I'm gonna say my friends are still pretty much on it, and like people I grew up with use Facebook pretty heavily, but I don't scroll Facebook. I don't look for things. Occasionally, maybe like twice a year, I'll see someone I went to high school with, and they're like, oh, they have 17 kids. That's interesting. And then I'll like go scroll and see if I can find like some other old friends or people. But no, I never use Facebook.
One reason why I struggle with Facebook is because the majority of the content that you see is like stuff that you don't follow or subscribe to or whatever. Like it's just recommended content. Like that's all that.
On Facebook? I thought it was like only your friends.
Oh no. When I get on Facebook, it's never it like certain people that I'm friends with will show up, but it's mostly people I kind of like interact with, I guess you could say, such as like my in-laws. Like if they post a picture and tag me, I like it, right? So their like what they share or what they do on Facebook will show up on mine oftentimes. But for the most part, like I get a bunch of those like 5-minute craft videos, which are some of the most poorly made videos I've ever seen, that get millions and millions of views. And like I don't follow any of it. I don't know. Like nothing is ever stuff that I follow. It's always stuff being recommended to me. I don't like Facebook for that reason.
I bet a social media app that only focused on your friends, like people you follow, you only see things from people you follow, would do great. Because even like Instagram will like now throw things in that it's like, I'm not following this person. Why am I seeing their stuff? Like that's what Instagram used to be. Like you literally could just see what your friends were posting and stuff. But like now it's this horrible loop of like, you got to see all these videos of like these other creators. And like so many people are making content nowadays too. It's like, yeah.
Well, I understand the business aspect where they're like, if we just play the like, if we recommend you content that you didn't know that you want, like it's makes you spend more time on the app, right? Because do you remember back in early Instagram days, and when I say early, it was still for the first couple of years. I think it was around 2012 they changed it. And what they did was they it used to be where you would watch content, or like everything was chronologically shown to you. So the most recent post would be at the very top, and
that's when Instagram was good, dude.
Was at the bottom, and like it was so good. And the only platform that is still doing that, is X. And yet you still have you have the option of having that on or off. They have like a For You page, and then they have like your following page. The following page is in chronological order of people that you follow, and then like the For You page is more like your traditional Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, where it's like randomly stuff that's recommended for you. And I love X is probably my favorite social media platform at the moment.
I've been on it more since it's gotten bought up by Elon Musk, and I try to post things on there. I think the biggest thing when it comes to content creation on a platform like X that I don't personally consume a lot of is by not consuming it, I don't know how to actually post on it and to post on it well. And so like, this is just for the listeners out there. If you want to post content on a certain platform, in a way, you have to consume on that platform to learn what types of posts will do well on that platform. And I just haven't spent enough time on X actually like trying to learn how to actually post on it.
100%, bro. When you first got on Twitter, or X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, like, yeah, I 100% saw that. Like I don't know how to explain it, but each platform has like a different way of posting, and like Twitter/X is very different than your like Facebook or your Instagram and stuff like that. So you do have to learn how. Sorry, I'm yawning. Ugh. You have to understand how the app works, or how other people are going to perceive your content on that platform. And it's a little game. It's weird. I 100% know what you mean, bro. It's really weird how it works. But yeah, you have to, like, the way you communicate with people on the app is entirely different than like an Instagram or a Facebook or something. It's weird. It's so weird.
Well, and the other thing that I really haven't seen any growth on X, and I have posted, and they want you to post long form, and I was posting long form, and then they stopped letting me post long form for some reason. But I try to interact with other people's content a lot more on X, and that's a great way to grow. Also on social medias is just be very active in people's posts and like genuinely like interested and caring and making their stuff better, and you could actually see followers come back. I know I personally follow a lot of people that have given my content a lot of time and attention, and I really appreciate those people because they're not only feeding my algorithm, they're interacting with my other audiences. Like, people that really engage someone's content tend to get followed back by those people creating. So if there's a creator you really like and you want to get their attention, maybe have them DM you back, or you want them to follow you, just be very active on their content, and I guarantee you're going to get their attention.
Yeah, it's tough though, because it's perceived in a lot of different ways. As in, like, if you're like, persistence is key and everything, but it's like if you're almost like overly persistent, it can push people away. I know that, like, but the audience on Twitter, like, they're, I don't know, the people on Twitter are judgmental to a certain, I don't know how to explain it. Like, a lot of people have big egos on Twitter, so you have to be careful of that. But
well, I mean, like, no, I giving a proper response.
Yeah, yeah. Like, if you're genuine,
not like, go follow me, just like literally just genuinely like interact with the content. Like, hey man, I really enjoyed this. Like, or like if they ask for feedback, like, give that feedback. Sometimes a creator would be like, what do you guys think of like the car? Like, what color should we paint it? And be like, oh, I think you should paint it lime green. It's my favorite color. I think it'd be really, like real responses to real things. I think that would be huge.
Yeah, like genuine. Like if you're being genuine in your responses and you're being genuine on the platform and everything like that, that's most definitely like a different perspective. It's just like I was saying, like I don't know how to say it, but I don't know. People just have some egos, and I feel like Twitter is a place where, especially because Elon Musk like allows it, is a place where a lot of roasting happens. Like people will roast people in their own like comments and stuff like that. Like just from my experience on Twitter, like it's kind of Twitter is closer to like a Reddit experience than it is like a Facebook experience, and Reddit is once again its own beast. But like people are ruthless out there on some of these platforms, and particularly like Twitter and Reddit are the ones that people are more ruthless in. So
keyboard warriors. I will say on the point of ego, and one way I've been keeping my ego in check is there's been a lot more and new snowboard content creators, whether they're making a podcast or they're just posting videos. And what I've been trying to do is subscribe to these really new upcoming content creators and comment on their videos and generally engage with their content as one of the larger and longest lasting snowboard content creators. And I just like I want to help put these people on. And so like if someone stumbles on their videos and they see that I'm engaging with their content, like hopefully other people will engage with their content as well, and helping other people in the industry find success in snowboarding content creation. I don't know. I just think it's fun.
I mean, giving back to the community is huge, right? Like just giving back to your own community is huge. So that's awesome that you do that. You take the time to do that. That's good, bro. It's good. I know that a lot of people some people struggle with their egos so much, and what I'm struggling with that is the people in the comic book world. With my job, I go to like Comic-Con conventions and stuff, and some of these artists and stuff, they think that they're like the coolest people in the world and they can just do whatever they want and stuff. And I'm like, okay, like calm down. We're all just human. Like I don't know. I don't understand how some people have massive egos.
Big picture, little world, big, some people, they only think the comic book world matters. It's their pond. They're the big fish in the little pond, but they don't realize there's a whole ocean out there, And so I could easily have like some type of ego because like I found success in my snowboard world. I go into the real world, no one knows who I am. I go to a ski resort, everyone's saying what's up and want to take photos and things like that. So it's like, where am I going to let my ego rest? Like, am I going to be like, yo, I'm so famous. I row up to Keystone and everyone knows who I am. And like, I'm the best. But it's like, dude, if I go like 10 minutes down the road to Target, like I'm a nobody. Like you gotta, I don't know. That mindset kills me. It's like, dude, and they might only act that way in their comic book world or these Comic Cons because this is their moment, this is their time to shine. But I definitely like to have a different approach of like when I'm at the ski resort, I'm still a nobody, and like, I don't know.
No, I know what you mean. It's like you're a big fish in a small pond, but that small pond is a pretty freaking small pond. Like
it's a puddle. Dude. You're in a fish tank, dude. You're the biggest fish in the fish tank.
Yeah, like kids are walking by a Walmart, tapping on the glass next to you. Like it's funny that like the way that people perceive these things, but also I don't know. Like, so also playing like competing in video games, egos, like. The term ego is heavily used in video games because what it is there's a term like ego chow, where if you like accept a challenge that you shouldn't, but it's your ego is big enough to where you do challenge it, it's called like an ego chow. So like there's that, but it's also in teams. Like if your name isn't relevant to people, like if your ego is not big enough, if people don't know who you are, like they're gonna out ego you. And it's so funny how that works, but it's like if you're not essentially on Twitter, like communicating with people and playing in the random like pickup teams, kind of like pickup basketball or whatever, like if you're not doing that stuff, then people don't know who you are, and so they think that they're just better than you naturally, which I know that networking is extremely important, right? You should be putting your name out there. You should be wanting to grow and everything. But it's when I'm like beating them in tournaments and beating them in scrims and things like that, but they still ego me because I'm not like playing in these pickup games. It's so weird the way that people just get such a massive head because they're like, oh, I'm doing like I don't, dude. It's so weird.
Well, think about like the world I live in and how much hate I get. Everyone that hates on me is normally a better snowboarder than me because they're jealous that I have all these sponsors. I literally live the life of a professional snowboarder, but I'm not that good at snowboarding. And I know that. Like, my ego for my talent is way in check. Like, I will never compete in the X Games. I'm not even trying to compete on the most entry level version. I'm not even doing rail jams anymore because I got nothing to prove. But two, these kids are sick snowboarders, which is so rad, but their ego and the thing that drives me the most crazy is like snowboarding is an individual sport. I mean, you can go compete and it's your skills versus someone else's skills, but in so many ways, snowboarding and why I love it is you versus you. Can you get yourself to commit to something that you are so afraid of? That's why I love snowboarding. Like, it's so scary to go down this gnarly mountain couloir, and if I fall, like, that's the end of me. It's so scary. Yesterday, I hit this side hit and did like a 30-foot backside 360. It was like the largest side hit rotation I've ever done into like a super choppy landing. It was terrifying, but I got myself to do it and it was super fun. And that's why I love snowboarding so much. And then you have these kids that, like, once again, small fish or big fish, small pond, you know, they're riding just train park. They only think professional snowboarders are the ones in the X Games. It's like, yo, there's a whole nother level of professional snowboarders that just do racing. Like you gotta open your mind and see this big picture. I happened to create a whole new lane of professional snowboarding, which is influencer snowboarders. And now there's a bunch of them.
I don't understand the obsessive need that some people have to like tear somebody else down. And I've seen it the most on your channel. Like, people hate the fact that you're just doing what you're doing, and they just like have this need to tear you down.
I feel so bad for them in a lot of ways because it's like, what's going wrong in your life like that you need to lash out like that? You know, like, my life is going so well that I don't need to be mean to anybody. Like I said, I go out and I try to find people to encourage and hopefully get them to try more. Like Buckhouse just commented on my last video, like, I can't wait to make the next one. You know, like, I can't, tearing people down. I don't get it. Sometimes I think it's an age thing. And then all of a sudden I see this, like, it's a 58-year-old man being like, you suck at snowboarding. I'm like, dude, you're about to break your hip. Why are you talking shit to me?
The thing is, though, is that you said this, and I know that you didn't mean it, but it's like, you don't have to be successful in your field to not be an ass in it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you're like, you know, like, you're being successful. So you feel the need to like encourage people. It's like, just while I'm walking on this, you know, cheesy phrase, but like the big green earth, like, we're all on this earth together. Why should I try to tear anyone down? Like, I'm just here to, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think it's a maturity thing. And as I'm getting older, it's just like, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't need to I don't need to be mean. I don't need to be hurtful. I don't know. People are just funny how they just like need to be mean. And I'm like, this is, I've on my YouTube channel, I'm a little bit more ruthless in the comment section. So podcasters, be happy that I'm not being mean on the podcast comment section. No, I'm joking. But like, when somebody says like a objective, like just a mean comment to me, like, I will clap back. Like, I'll like jokingly say something back to them and whatnot. And like, I have,
I love clapping back. It's so fun to clap back.
It's so fun. It's so fun. But once again, it's like, they have this obsessive need to be mean, and I do live my life like this. I really do live, like, treat others the way you want to be treated. So like, yeah, if somebody is being just mean to me for no reason on my social media, like, they had no like they did not need to comment on my post, but they did. Oh, I'll clap back on them so hard. And like I've had people literally be like, yeah, you're right, I'm sorry. And like that's it.
Well, the occasional times, this doesn't happen often, but when the haters actually hate in real life. I was talking to Bobby about this yesterday. I was like, man, I don't let them get away with it. I love to approach them. It's like, oh, people like ride by me, like, you suck, Buckhouse. And then I like will make sure I catch up to them in the lift line and like sit on the chairlifts with them. And I'm like, do you really think I suck? And then they like put them in these really awkward positions because I'm like a really nice dude. So like, it's so hard to be mean to someone in real life that's being really nice to you. So like, I always try to be really nice to people. Like yesterday on that big jump that I was talking about, I almost hit a chick, which, you know, you could argue who's at fault, whatever. Thank God we didn't hit each other. And I would lean more towards definitely they put themselves in the wrong spot. Like we did our steps right, but I have it all in video. But her boyfriend was like, F you, Buckhouse, like you suck, you're so selfish, F you, Buckhouse. And so like I caught up to, like, after everyone chilled out for a second, I caught up to him and I was like, hey, like I'm sorry like that happened. Like, you know, we're all of us are in this area of like there's side hits going everywhere. Like we're all taking the risk of being in that area. Like sorry that almost happened, but like let's all just be better at being aware. And like the conversation ended well, but the dude was like, just because he knew me, like wanted to be like mad at me and like just he just wanted to take it to like cursing and yelling and shouting. I'm like, hey man, like chill out. Like let's like look at this from a like, first off, no one got hurt, thankfully. Second off, like you guys should be more aware, especially if someone's got a filmer posted by a jump. Like, why are you riding underneath that? Second, Cody could have done a better job being more aware or warning you guys. He gave me the all clear. I'm trusting Cody that it's all clear. And I hit this jump, spin backwards, and I'm about to tap this girl on the head. Like, it was a wild experience.
Some people are so oblivious, dude. It's like, yesterday at work, we were about to film this thing. It was a planned skit where my colleague was standing outside our office and he was gonna walk in and like ask a question or whatever. And then this old guy was doing an inspection on the security batteries, which we don't even have one in our office, like these particular security batteries. So we're like, what? And he just like, while my friend is while my colleague's standing there with a microphone and camera in his hand, just like walks in front of him and goes into the office. And I was like, how do people not know what's like there's somebody filming a jump and you're just going to like snowboard in front of them? Like, how do you not understand that like something is happening?
Well, and they knew who I was. So like, you know, it's like you also know who I am. And so like when you see me in my film or post somewhere, what do you think is going to happen? Like what do you like, you know? And also like the specific jump I was hitting, like I only saw it because the entire mountain was hitting it. If that makes sense. Like it's under the chairlift. It's like, this is clearly what people are doing in this area, is hitting this specific jump this specific way because it's the sickest thing right now on the mountain. And like everyone was doing it. Was such a vibe. It was so fun. But like some people just oblivious, just like do. But also the camera attracts people. There's so many times I'm trying to film a how-to video or whatever, and I like stop. I'm going to do like a standing talking segment, and people ski between me and Cody. I'm like, what are you? Why? Like, get away from me! Or like, you know how like snow can be loud. So if you're heel sliding or skiing, it's like they'll just like come really close and start heel sliding and wanting to see what I'm doing. And I'm like, you're ruining my audio, buddy. Please just go away.
I'm imagining the noise right now because somebody that slowly is riding a groomer past somebody, that is the loudest noise in the world, dude.
Yeah, and like
when it's like your camera.
When it's like an 8-year-old kid, like I get it. Like who's this snowboard dude with a camera? Like they're just attracted to it. It's like these 90-year-old skier dudes. I'm like, I'm working here, man. Get away. It's funny.
So what's weird is like we're at a point where social media is like a known thing. Like older people know, like, oh yeah, people go out and film stuff and post on, like it's a known thing nowadays, and there's no way kids don't know what it is because that's all that they consume. Like we're raising a iPad generation where everyone just watches content. Like it's like when you see it out in the wild, it's not that uncommon anymore. Like the amount of people I saw with cameras at that Comic-Con, like everyone had a camera out. It's just like a common thing now. So it's like, how do people not understand yet that it's like, don't get in front of the camera? Like, I don't know.
So for me with kids, they'll see me and they'll be like, "Are you a YouTuber?" Because like they'll see me riding good, and they see that I have a filmer and a camera with me. So like they just get like, "I want to follow your YouTube." Like this is I've never met a YouTuber. Like they get so excited for like kids. And then adults, specifically like 40-plus-year-old males, are weird, dude. They'll like ride up and they'll say something super cringy because they like want to get in the video. Does that make sense? Like they're trying to like photobomb it, essentially, thinking they're like cool. It's like
there's something about that age range where they think that they are gonna have like a funny one-liner, and so like they like come up to your camera or something like that and like try to say some awkward funny liner, but it comes off super weird and creepy. Like I know exactly what you're talking. It's just weird.
That was creepy, buddy.
Yeah, like it was just like, not only was it not funny, that was just, I'm weirded out now. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I'll probably be that. When I'm that age, I'll probably be that guy where like 40, 50 still feel like they're cool and they know what's going on. But you're like,
bro, you're like that right now.
You're right. I'm telling you, I'm about to be this person. But like, you're like 40, you're still somewhat in touch with the youth, and then 50, like you might as well just get old, like, and stop trying to keep up because you're gonna lose it. You start.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say you're gonna start having to have the kids like set up your TV and stuff because you don't, or send text messages because you just don't understand.
So this conversation is making me think of something that happened in our first season, and it's, I don't know why this stuck with me, but guys, our first season, we weren't filming. We filmed on the chairlift, but on this particular chairlift, we weren't filming. And what it was
the monkey season, guy.
Yes, Johnathan and I are going up a basin, and there's this old guy, and I mean that in a literal, like he was probably like 60 or something like that at the time. So he's like 60. He's at the edge of the chairlift, and he was a skier, and you could probably tell, like just by talking to him stuff, you could tell he was a experienced skier. He's been doing it for a while and everything. But he was talking about going up to the bowls. What are they called, Johnathan?
The east wall. He was talking about hitting the east wall at A Basin.
And he's like, "Oh, that scares you. That's gonna scare." Like I'm trying to keep it like a little bit PG because he was cussing a little bit, but he was like, "Yeah, there's like, for me, there's just this little monkey on the side of my shoulder being like, what are you gonna do, bitch? Are you gonna do it? Like, are you like, you better go do it," pulling on my hair. It was and like he was just explaining it to us like how he has this itch to ride the east wall. But there's this figurative monkey like pulling on his little dreadlock hair, being like, "Do it, you pussy!" And I'm like, this is so weird.
He was an interesting dude.
That guy was wild.
Yeah, people are unique, man, and it's cool and also crazy because you get to see them all online, all types of people out there. But have you ever like? I don't want to say people are. Sometimes I feel like we definitely are living in a simulation because like I'll see that dude and I'm like, oh, I've seen this dude 40 times in my life now. And like, you're that dude, like the Red Bull drinking, hillbilly truck driving kid. Like that dude exists, and he doesn't just exist once. Like every year there's a new one of them. I don't know.
So I've got this weird theory. So I don't believe in astrology to the fullest extent. Sorry, everybody, but I do not believe in the Virgos, asparaguses, Capricorns, unicorns. I don't believe in that stuff.
I've never put an ounce of energy into any of that. I have no idea what you even like. I have no clue.
Dude, I kind of know the names, but it's just because I've heard them over and over and over, and like seen them like online or whatever. And it's just like, yeah, I don't believe it, anyways. But there is one thing I do. I don't believe it's like a law, like like it's written in stone that it's this way, but I do believe that your name can impact essentially your upbringing or like the way like the outcome of your life. And what I mean by that is like there's that meme of Kyle. You were just kind of talking about like a Red Bull truck driving hillbilly, right? That meme of Kyle. Kyle drinks Monsters and he wears like baggy pants and
punches
stuff like
holes
that.
in the
Like,
wall.
yeah, like that's honestly a very accurate description of a lot of Kyles I've met in my life, right? Like, and that's just the reality. But it's what I think it is based off of popular movies or popular actors or just like pop culture in general. With like if somebody has like your name, you kind of associate characteristics like with them because they're like somewhat relatable or something. And like genuinely, like it helps build your character as you're growing up, and all of a sudden you become this person. I don't know. Do you see what I'm saying?
I mean, no, I don't even think about it. So like, if your name is associated with something, you're going to perceive yourself as that. So like, I was told when I was younger that the name Johnathan means great friend. And I was like, oh, like that's, as a kid, I was like, I'm a really good friend to people because that's what my name means, is that I'm a great friend. So I've always been a really good friend to people, or tried to be the best friend that I could be to people, because that's what my name is associated with.
Listen to him, guys.
I'm a horrible friend. I lose all my friendships. But like when I was naming Roman, I was like, I'm having a son and I want him to be strong. Like I want a really strong name. So like, Bobby was like, and if your name is about any of these names that I'm picking, I apologize. But Bobby was like, what do you think of like Preston? And I was like, nah, it's like, I haven't met like a gnarly Preston. They all tend to be kind of soft, not gnarly. I was like, I want Roman to like send it, be an action sports kid, like whatever. And this Roman sounded so strong. You got the Roman Empire. And like, literally 2-3 weeks ago, Roman was like, what's my name mean? And I was like, oh dude, like let's go down the path of Roman. And obviously so much of it's the Roman Empire, one of the greatest empires to ever be on this planet. And Roman was just like, that's me. And I'm like, yeah, dude, how sick is that?
That's cool, bro. I will say, I don't know any of the Prestons that you know. I know one Preston. Your theory is backed up via my scientific studies. Okay. But no, like, I've known a couple Tylers, and like most of the Tylers I know, and I'm saying this because like our brother's name is Tyler, they're very disciplined people. Like I don't know what it is, but like the few Tylers I know are some of the most disciplined people I know, and like our brother most definitely included. Our brother is one of the most disciplined people I think I know. I don't know about you. Nothing against you, Johnathan. It's just like Tyler literally is like, he's a very disciplinary type person. So but yeah, it's just funny how like people do that. But then it's also the Bens that I know, the people that share my name are very different. And I mean, just in every aspect of life, like they're very different than me. And so it's like I said, it's not written in stone that way, in my opinion. It's more so it's a common denominator that I see in people.
Yeah. Once again, I think it really comes down to like, how do you view yourself? Because the moment you view yourself different too, is the moment your life changes. I know me personally, I am now starting to view myself as like a fit, athletic person. And I'm now trying to make daily decisions that feed that lifestyle of like not only lifting weights and working out, but like eating better. And just like, when I look in the mirror, I tell myself, you look like you're fit, you're athletic, like instead of like, oh, you're fat, you don't, does that make sense? Like what you're telling yourself, how you're perceiving how you look is going to affect you. And so, especially even like with my snowboarding, like when I see something I want to do, it's not like, oh, that's scary, I don't want to do that. It's like, no, you're good enough to do that. Figure it out. Try again. You got this. You're a great snowboarder. Like trying to change that mindset and how you perceive your ability and what you can do. Once coming into that ego, you kind of got to tell yourself, not out loud or to other people, but tell yourself inside your internal ego that you got this. You're the best. You can figure this out. Like you are athletic. Like you might not be there yet, but you're on that path. You're going that direction. Because like I know with my fitness, like I'm not where I want to be, but man, I'm so much closer now than I was 4 years ago.
So I'm actually excited about this conversation because I've got a book right over there on my shelf. I'll have it just pop up on the screen, but it's called The Power of Habit. And I've preached this book for a while now. Jonathan has probably heard me talk
I
about
didn't know
it.
you were a preacher.
Yes. Man. So with this book, it's just understanding how habits are really important, but really what it is like your subconscious brain, like how strong your subconscious brain is in your everyday life. And those affirmations that Jonathan was talking about, being like, have that internal ego of like, no, I can do this, I'm good, blah, blah, blah. Like, it is so important that you do that. Like, something that I started doing that, and I think that people, like, most people don't talk about this, which is such a shame, because it's like there's nothing to be shameful about it or embarrassed about. But I started listening to daily affirmations. Every day I listen to a video that is for daily affirmations, that where you talk about like, I am successful, I am confident, I am amazing. Like, when I do that, like when I set my mind on something, amazing things happen. Like, it's just daily affirmations, and you just say them out loud while you're driving in your car to work. It takes me 10 minutes, and my car ride is 15 minutes, so it gives me plenty of time. I listen to this every single day, and I have seen notable changes in who I am as a person by me just listening and saying those things out loud. I've been doing it for 2 months now, and I love it. And something that I do not stand. I do not. If you're a stranger, I will like kind of confront you about this. I do it with people I just met at work, and I do it with my wife. I do it with everyone in my life. But when somebody's like, "Oh, I'm so stupid," because like if they forgot to do something or they did it wrong, they're like, "Oh, I'm so stupid." I'm like, don't say that. Like, I get like heated to a certain extent. I'm like, don't say that. Whether it be true or you just kind of like joking or whatever, like, don't say it. Affects who you are. Like, that subconscious brain will hear that, and like you telling yourself on a daily or weekly basis that you suck, like, yeah, you're gonna suck. But if you tell yourself that you're awesome, you're gonna be awesome.
I don't listen to NF's I hate myself song. I don't like it. I mean, it's a great song, but I don't like the just that line that he has.
I see what you're saying. I like that song, but it's more so because it's relatable to in some extent, and like that we don't need to dive too into that. But it's more like I know like it's a song that's like touched me. So like I know what you're saying, and I could see how it's like hypocritical for me to want to listen to it. But it's like, it's not a song that I listen to, like, oh yeah, like I listen to that every day. But it's like if it plays, like I'm gonna sing along and like do that. But it's like I'll skip it.
I'll skip it. Like, because once again, I like the song, and I can definitely see how people can relate to it. But it really comes down to like, I don't need that thought or that just replaying in my head. Or like when you hear something, you try to say like, does this, like subconsciously you do this, I know everyone does this, you're like, does that relate to me? Am I like that? So I don't need to be like, do I hate myself? Because I don't hate myself. I'm not that. I'm not in that point in my life, or I've gotten past. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, on the daily affirmations, I don't listen to them. I read them. I have photos of daily affirmations. It's like 15 pages of like, I think there's like 100 to 200 affirmations that I'll read. And it's like, I attract wealth. Everything I touch is successful. It's just like a bunch of affirmations, and yeah, like you get these things going on your mind subconsciously. You read them. It's all going to be subconscious. But then when you go to A Basin and you throw the biggest trick of the day on the biggest jump, and you went 30 feet and threw a back three and grabbed tail and stomped it, and you're riding away in that moment, you're like, I am that dude. And it's so fun.
However you want to do it, whether you want to write down your own and say them or read them, or if you want to just pull up a YouTube video where it's already pre-made, like, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you are doing it. I find power in doing things a certain way, though. It's a known like scientific type, like studies have been shown that if you write your goals down, if you write like if you write something down, you are far more likely to accomplish it than if you just put it in your phone, or if you just keep it in the back of your head, or just like put on, like, if you write it down, if you put a pen to paper, a physical pen to paper, not your stupid little electronic pen to your iPad. No, if you take your pen to paper you are statistically more likely to succeed. And I believe the same kind of with those daily affirmations. If you're listening to it and saying it, at least the saying part. So if you're reading it and saying it out loud, whether it be to yourself, to your wife, to your dog, to whoever, if you are saying it out loud, it is far more powerful than just kind of reading over it, in my opinion.
I will say a written down list for me is way more effective than my iPhone, like typing it into my iPhone as a to-do list for sure. I would much rather write it down. Yeah, there's something about the muscle memory. Yeah, it's a real thing. I'll tell you, I got all these notebooks and things behind me because I'm into it, man. I've been writing, I've been reading. I'm really mad about this. I want to talk about it real quick. I got clickbaited by a book.
Don't judge a book by its cover, bro.
I'm the type of person, when I start a book, I want to finish it. I bought the book. I'm going to finish this book. I'm like a little past halfway, but I'm so mad reading this book because it was called The Family First Entrepreneur. And I was like, oh yeah, like I love my family. I want to be a better entrepreneur, but I want to be like family first. Like this book's going to help me. And the book is literally, it should have been titled Basic Entrepreneurship 101. It's like just an intro to entrepreneurship. It has literally nothing to do with being family first entrepreneur. I am so mad about it. And I'm reading this entrepreneur book on steps that I'm far beyond and past. And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm so mad about it. And like, it's actually causing me to read less because I maybe I should just put the book away, but I'm gonna leave a very honest review of how clickbaity and how this book was.
So that's so funny, bro. So I used to donate plasma, which is where essentially it's like donating blood, but not fully your blood. Anyways, the point is that I would go to this place and I'd be there for anywhere from like an hour to 2 hours, and my source of entertainment would be I would bring a book with me and I would read for that entire time. And I always loved doing that. And where I would get my books is I was thrift shopping to buy and resell books. So I'd find entrepreneur books or just other self-help books or mindset books and stuff like that. And that's what I would read. And there was this book, I wish I remembered the title, but it had a very powerful title to it. And I was like, ooh, that's interesting. And it was a small book. So I was like, I'll give this a shot. So I buy it. And then like a couple days later, I go to donate plasma and I'm in line waiting to get my fluids checked and everything. And I was looking at the back and I realized that this was a Catholic book, and I'm not against the religion or anything. It's more so I was just like, no, this is not what I expect. Like I was looking at the back and saw it was a Catholic book. I was like, this is nothing like I was going to expect it to be. I still it was the only book I had, so I still attempted to read it, and it was all right, but it was just. Like I said, I wish I remembered the title, but like if you read the title thinking it was just a regular book, it kind of meant one thing, but reading the title and knowing it's a Catholic book, it meant something completely different. And I was like, dang, I totally messed up on that.
Yeah. No, and I think I'm more mad because there's so many other really good books I have that I need to read. And it's crazy because for people that don't know, I went into the 9th grade not knowing how to read. Like my mom homeschooled me and didn't do a very good job. So like I couldn't read going into the 9th grade. So like I literally graduated high school and like never ever reading one book in my life type thing. And so now I'm looking up in my closet. I have probably 40 books up there. And last year, I think I crushed like 25 books or something, which is absurd for me. So this year I'm on a way slower pace because of this dang entrepreneur lying, clickbaiting book. And so I'm going to make the decision. I'll let you guys know in the next podcast if I'm just going to pound it out, like sit down for one day and just crank it out, or if I'm going to just put it away and never go back to it.
I have a lot of books that I need to read, and I need to just be better about reading, to tell you the truth. I want to be good with reading, like I really do. It's just I'm not. I'm not. I wish I was better with it.
You want to know my hack? 10 pages a day, no less. You can always do more, but you can never do less than 10. And if that's your rule, you will destroy books. Because it's kind of like a Whole30 type challenge. Like every day I'm going to read 10 pages, period. and I can read more. So what will happen is you'll read 10 pages and you're like, it's only 2 more pages to like the end of the chapter. I'll just knock that out. So then you read 12, but if it's like, all right, I read 6 pages, we're at the end of the chapter. Nope. Keep going. You got to read 10. And so it just helps you smash books.
So I see that. I don't know. Like I have a hard time. Like I'll commit to something like that, or that word is being used loosely here, but it's like I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna read this book, or I'm gonna read a book one book every month, right, or something like that. And then like just life is happening, and I get busy, and then I just forget about it, and then it just doesn't happen, right? And those are excuses. Like if it's important, you're gonna get it done. If it's important, you're gonna make time for it, right? But it's more so it's like I just forget about it. Like that's genuine. It's just I forget about it, and like I even was kind of beating myself up for Memorial weekend, and also when I went to Chicago, because I didn't bring a book, and I'm like, I didn't bring a book to go camping, which is like I was so surprised because I'm like, I don't have cell phone service. Like I knew that I should have brought a book and I didn't, and I was like upset with myself. I was like, why didn't I bring a book? And then same thing with Chicago. I didn't have a lot of space in my baggage for Chicago. I flew United, and they gave me literally one personal item. That's all I had for a 3-day weekend, which doesn't, like, for me, if I'm going to Vegas, that's not that big of a problem. But the problem is that I had to bring like my laptop, my camera, my gimbal, my microphones. Like I have to bring all my camera equipment with me, and I have a little small personal item, right? So I forgot to bring a book. I could have done it, but I didn't. It's been probably the lack of space. But like Dallas, which I go to next weekend, I am for sure bringing a book. Like I'm reading while I'm in Dallas, no questions.
See, I hate bringing a book when I travel, because why would I sit down and put my face into a book when I'm somewhere new? I would much rather wander around the city, go experience something, because I'm somewhere different, than put my head in a book, if that makes sense. And then if I'm on the plane or whatever, I get work done. Or if I'm in the airport, I'm just going to get work done because I have Wi-Fi and signal, things like that. But like when I brought a book with me to Australia, or to Germany, and I went to Austria and Switzerland, and I brought the book, and literally there was a moment where I sat down, I was like, oh, I can read this book. And I looked at it, I was like, why would I dare put my face in this book when I can go out my hotel room and get lost in a different country? Like that sounds way more beneficial and experiential than reading this book. Because in a way, like books are a form of entertainment, escapism. Like I personally only read educational books, but still, it's like this book can wait. I'm in this moment. So specifically for travel only, I've decided like no book. I'm just going all in on the experience.
And I 100% see, especially like you're in a new city and everything. For me, I want it for like the plane ride. I also want it for there was a lot of times in Chicago where like I would have to go down to the like I find this to be disrespectful in some ways, but like we'd be like, let's meet in the lobby at 9 or whatever. I'm like, okay, sounds good. So I'll be down in the lobby at like 9 and then waiting for other people to get there. And so now I've got 5 to like 30 minutes where I don't know what I'm going to be doing. So it's like, it's a lot easier just to have a book.
Get sucked into doom scrolling.
Yeah. It's a lot. I would much rather be reading a book than like doom scrolling on my phone or whatever. But also this is something I am working on getting better at. I really am. But I struggle working when I'm not like in my regular, like if I'm not in my chair, or like if I'm not at like like a desk or something. And like I said, I'm trying to get better about it. I'm pushing myself out of my boundaries to do this stuff. But it's like if I'm not comfortable, if I'm not kind of familiar with the area that I'm working in, I struggle with wanting to get work done, or at least getting it done efficiently. And like I said, I'm pushing myself to get better in that. But the idea of sitting on a small plane seat and having my laptop out and trying to get some editing done while there's all the noise going around me, and like, yeah, I can have my headphones on, but like that experience sounds miserable to me as of right now. I'm trying to get better about it, but I would much rather be reading a book in that situation.
hard to work and travel, and it's so hard to, yeah, you said, like, I'm at my desk right now. I could crush and edit in an ungodly amount of time sitting at my desk. Anywhere else, it's way less productive. And like, it's a good and bad thing. So like for what I do or being a content creator, there's always work to be done. So like if I'm in an airport, 90% of the time, the type of work that I'm getting done is replying to comments and engaging with the audience between messages, comments, stories, like things that are very engaging. Like that's the type of work that I'll do in the airport. Sometimes I'll sit down and edit, or I'll make thumbnails or things like that in the airport. But I call it, that type of work though, it's productive procrastination. I don't know if you've heard of this, but it's like when you come in your office, my office is pretty messy right now, and I got to also get this edit done. Well, I'm not going to get the edit done, but I'm going to clean up my office. It's productive. I'm getting things done. Like, look at me. I'm doing, like, you're avoiding the important thing, still getting things that need to get done. You're being productive, but it's productive procrastination. I do that way too much.
I mean, I 100% know what you're saying, bro. I've got ADD. I know all about procrastination. No, but no, there is 100% moments where, and it's actually something I've struggled with a lot when it comes to, I'm procrastinating on this Minecraft video. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's 30 hours of footage that needs to be cut down into like a very short amount of time. And I've been slowly, like, kind of like what you're saying of just like, oh, just read 10 pages or whatever, but then you might read 30 pages. I've been doing that more with my Minecraft video where I'm like, just edit for 15 minutes. And all of a sudden I edited for like an hour or something, right? So I'm getting better with it and I am going to get it done. But there's been so many times where I'm like, all right, babe, I'm going to go edit in my office, or I'm going to go do this or whatever. And all of a sudden I'm like, man, my office is kind of a mess. So I go and like pick up my office real fast. And then I'm like sitting there and I'm like, man, I need to go through my footage and delete some stuff. So I'm like sitting there going through. It's like I'm getting stuff done, but it's just like not the main thing that needs to be done. I know exactly what you're meaning, bro.
Yeah, that's thankfully. Oh, I mean, like today, I'm not gonna lie, because we're filming this not on a Monday when we normally film our podcast. I forgot we were doing this morning till like 20 minutes prior. But like I woke up. I usually wake up at 3. I woke up at 3 and I was like, I need a little bit more sleep. So, which is like, that's the worst way to start off your day. Cause then I like was like, I'll sleep another 30 more minutes, which is such junk sleep, not even worth it type thing. So then I wake up at 3:30 and I'm like, oh, like I really like am sore from yesterday because I was chucking meat, and I'll do this when I really am sore. So I like went and took a bath, some Epsom salt, and like soaked the body so it feels normal again. And that always gets me feeling good. And then I like crawled into here and I'm like, I don't want to find edits and I don't want to reframe and and I'm like, oh no, I got a podcast. It's like, I just didn't want to today. And yesterday was another one of those days, like I just didn't want to, like, I didn't feel like it. It's every day. It doesn't, these days happen where there's some days where I'm like, oh, I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's get this. Like you'll never every day be like, oh yeah, I'm so ready for this. Like, let's get it. But I tweeted yesterday. I don't know if you saw I X'd. Yeah. On X, I sent a tweet, that I think I said like, I'm so happy my bad days are still really good days, or like something like on I was like, I'm literally having like one of my worst mornings in a long time. And I still read, I still journaled, I still filmed 2 shorts in the morning. I still got a thumbnail made. I did a bunch of stuff. And it was like one of my like groggiest, like didn't feel like it mornings I've had in forever.
I can't remember who said it, but I saw it somewhat recently. It's probably some like David Goggins thing or something. But it was saying,
Who's going to carry the boats? Who's going to
carry the boats? But no, it was saying it's like success isn't about how you perform when you want to. It's about how you perform when you don't want to. It was something along those lines. It's like success is based off of not when you show up on the good days, it's when you show up on the bad days. And like that's kind of what you're saying. It's like you don't want to be here and you don't want to get this done, but like you have to. And like that's kind of, me today, right? I got to wake up, get this podcast done. I'm gonna get ready for my day, and then I'm actually working from home just so I can start as early as possible and be as efficient as possible, because I've got so much work that needs to be done at my job before I leave for Dallas. And like, I just talked to my manager yesterday and I was like, hey, do you want me to take an extra day off next week, or do you want me to just get the overtime? And she's like, no, I don't want you to get the overtime. She's like, if you have to get work done, just let me know. But I'm like, there's work, like I need to be promoting the event and all this stuff, right? So there's so much work that needs to be done. And it's like, that's today. Like, I don't feel like it, but I got to get it done. And that's what's going to happen.
Crush it. It's awful. And I can't help it. I mean, maybe I'm somewhat addictive, but like the thing that always gets me through those moments are like, I had to do it yesterday morning. So I just get myself an energy drink, and I just drank coffee. I literally drank coffee and I was like, I don't have it. And I went and got myself my energy drink, and I just crack that thing. And the moment it cracks, I like wake up a little bit more, and I just sip on it, and then I start getting my work done. I'm like, when it comes to sitting at a desk and doing work, I have to have an energy drink, something a little sipper. I think I got that bad habit from playing Halo and always having a Mountain Dew and sipping a Mountain Dew while playing Halo. Also, my mother gave me all of my bad habits.
It's so
but
because it's true.
on the day, like you saying, like you gotta get all this work done, I'm like, it kind of got me a little fired up. I'm like, yeah, so much work to get done. Just grab that energy drink, bro. Pop that thing and get it done.
You know what sucks is that you're saying this, and it's so relatable. I have started drinking more energy drinks, but yeah, it's like even yesterday I woke up and I was just like, I am tired, babe. And she goes, there's a Celsius in the fridge. And I was like, yes, please. And I cracked that. And like, that's how I start my day. And I'm not proud of that, because like I think I've said in recent podcasts, it's like I drink water and black tea right now. That's what I drink. But like, I started drinking these energy drinks more. And I'm gonna be honest, today that sounds amazing. I don't have one in the house, so I've got one of two choices. I can be a disciplined person and say,
you got that Walgreens right across. Just go on a nice walk with Shadow.
Stop! Don't entice me.
A nice morning walk with Shadow.
I can either be disciplined and make me some tea, or like Johnathan saying, I could go on a walk with my dog and go get some energy drinks. But
hey, no, I get it's good for you.
It's good for you.
And the worst part is, it's not the worst, it's rad because I got them all for free. But Ski Doctor worked the Red Bull, or the Rockstar tent due to her tuning up people. Like anyone that came to the Rockstar booth could leave their board, and my buddy Michael would tune up their board for them. And so when the event ended, they're like, hey, we still have like 40 cases of Rockstar. Do you want them, Michael? And he took all of them and brought them to me.
That Michael's a psychopath like that. I believe that.
But he doesn't drink energy drinks. And he goes, I know someone that does. So he rolled up to my house, busted open the van, 40 cases
40? Of that's so
a
bad.
Bunch of rad. The worst part is, so like there's a bunch of sugar-free ones, which are rad, but there's a decent amount of ones with sugar in them. And I'll drink one occasionally. I'm kind of like, I'll drink one a week, because like I'm trying, you don't want to drink one a day. Like that's a lot of the sugar ones with the sugar in them. When I drink the ones with sugar in them, I just don't feel the same. Like it's too much.
So I know what you mean, but like what I struggle with is a sugar drink is bad for you. It's got all that sugar in there, and it has a lot, right? It'll have like 80 grams of sugar, which is like double the amount that you're supposed to consume in a day type stuff. Like there's so much sugar in that stuff. It's so bad for you. But when you get the sugar-free ones, it sounds nice. And
it's a different sugar.
I know what you mean. Yeah, but like I know what you mean though. Like you feel better. Like I feel less lethargic after drinking like a sugar-free one versus a sugar one. But all that crap that's in the sugar-free one's worse for you than all the sugar in the sugar drink. Like it's such, there's no winning. There's no winning.
Energy drinks are my vice, like, and it's funny because you see someone smoking cigarettes, like, man, I can't be smoking cigarettes, man, that's killing you. I'm pretty sure these energy drinks are killing me. Like, it's hard, man. Life, these things are so addictive and they're not good for you. And that's why I love Whole30, because like, especially this last one, man, I didn't crave an energy drink once and like killed it. Just drank water and coffee. And I think the worst part about only drinking coffee, I mean, especially black coffee, I feel like I just start smelling like coffee. Like I'm that dude now that just smells like coffee. like drinking coffee. The smell of coffee is amazing, especially like grounds when it's brewing. It smells amazing. The smell of someone that has drinking coffee is like the smell of a smoker. It's just like someone with coffee breath is like, oh.
I know what you mean. I don't actually have much experience with coffee breath. As in, like, I don't know. I think we'll come back to that. But so my wife drinks coffee and she doesn't like get coffee breath. I personally don't feel like I get coffee breath, and I'm around a lot of people that kind of, which I love, but they'll like tell me how it is, right? They'll be like, "Yo, like your stuff stinks," or like they'll tell me, they're like, "Yo, your breath's you smell like coffee breath. Like, what's going on?" Like, so
you want to get coffee breath from black coffee.
Yeah, but even still, like I've drank black coffee, and so it's like I don't, and even like just being real, like I just went to go see our grandparents, and like a lot of older people do get that coffee breath. I didn't smell coffee breath on them, but like I said, I was going to come back to it. I think that my senses have gone down. I got COVID, like 2 years ago or something. Like overall, I feel like my senses have gone down. I don't know if it's because overall I feel a little bit more congested in life, like allergies and stuff, or if like that COVID did affect my scent and my taste and stuff. But yeah, like I know I can smell, like I have my smell. It's not like that's gone, but I just don't notice that coffee breath as much. I don't know.
So there's a survey you can take that tells you like what is your best and worst sense. So like between sight, hearing, smelling, tasting type thing, like what sense do you like prefer the most, and which one do you like care the least about, essentially, or like doesn't matter? Smelling is my worst sense. So like Bobby, like, do you not smell that? I'm like, what? She's like, Bristol pooped. I'm like, I don't smell nothing. Oh. Like I can go through life not noticing a scent at all. Like it just doesn't register in my brain. Like it just doesn't matter like how things smell, like what's going on. This sounds probably pretty gross, guys. I'm sorry, but like it's not that bad. Like I can smell something gross and be like, that needs to be fixed. But you get what I'm saying. Like I'm not like where like Bobby's like scent is one of her top senses. So she's got candles going everywhere. She's got it, like she's like, take that trash out. It stinks. I'm like, I don't smell like, okay. Like I don't smell that. Like she does somehow, like, also mothers have like just crazier senses in general. I think my strongest one was taste. Like taste matters most to me out of all of the senses.
So I would take the survey, but I'm curious, but I don't feel like my taste or my scent are my strongest ones. I will say this. I don't have a bad, like I was just saying that a second ago, but like, I don't necessarily think that I've got a terrible nose. Kirsty will point out, but she'll be like, yeah, the trash smells or whatever. And I'll like walk over and be like, oh yeah, it does smell. Like I can confirm that. And I'm like, oh yeah. I'll go take out the trash or whatever. Right. But, I don't think that
it just doesn't hit you or you don't notice it.
Yeah. Like, but I will say this, so being 100% honest and real, we live a clean life, as in like we clean our bathroom, we vacuum on a weekly basis. Like we live a fairly clean life. But I know like I'm not a neat freak, and like sometimes some stuff slips through the crack. Honestly, I had to clean out one of the shelves in our like it's like a hard to get to shelf based off the door and everything, so we don't open it very often. But it was like a drawer in our fridge, and like we did have some lettuce in there that kind of went a little bad, and so I had to like clean it out real fast, right? But other than like that, we live a very clean type of life, and I just had this constant fear though of something smelling. Like I don't know why. I don't know if it's from like past experiences or something, but like I have this a constant fear of like my house smelling. I try to make sure that it doesn't smell, but because I don't have that like super strong nose, I'm like, does it smell? Like, no, I hope it doesn't smell. Like I don't want it to smell. And it doesn't. Like people come into the house all the time and they're like, it's fine. But I'm like, I just have this constant fear of it smelling, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I just get worried.
Yeah. You just don't want to be known as a stinky person. I get that for sure. It's funny because me and Bobby will like move the couches and like there's like a bunch of dust and dog hair and kid toys under there, and you're like how did we literally did this like 3 weeks ago, like how is it so messy and dirty? And then I always think like there's people that never move their couches and never like clean anything, and I'm like, we are definitely on the cleaner side of things. And I'm like, sometimes I'm just like grossed out or like, how did this get this bad? And then I'm like, and we like actively clean all the time. Like I don't get it.
So
I will say, I think your number one sense would be your sight, because you're obsessed with sunrises and sunsets.
So it's funny, like I do think that my sight is probably like my strongest sense. Since I love those sunrises and sunsets and everything, but it sucks though because like my vision's terrible. You know, like
That's probably you like really good big things. You're like, wow, I can see it.
I'm sure that other people with glasses probably relate to this, but like I do like a high quality TV, or I like a good looking picture and things like that. But it's because like it's something that I think your average person takes for granted, of like being able to see a beautiful image. And like because I've struggled with my vision for like a good portion of my life, like I want things to look good. Like I want them to look good. I also am very picky about audio. And real quick, guys, in last week's podcast, Jonathan's microphone's messed up and it's going to drive me insane. I'm very particular about audio, which is like, I do have a really nice microphone for that exact reason. I want to sound the best I possibly can. And so, yeah, I think maybe those are my best senses, like sight and hearing. I just like high quality experience. I don't know. Taste is not it though. I don't really care about food, to tell you the truth.
Why don't you get LASIK and get your eyes fixed?
I want to get LASIK. I want to. I really do. It's just that there's other priorities in my life right now, right? Kirsty and I still live in apartments, so like that's something that we want to get done with. But no, LASIK, 100%. I no questions asked. It's only like $2,000 or something. But like I said, we just have different priorities at the moment. But no, 100%. I want to get LASIK surgery and get my eyes going.
Yeah, I'd say that's worth it. I think quality of life surgeries, not vanity surgeries, but quality of life surgeries are important. And it sucks because those type of things like LASIK and some people need like breast reductions and things like that. Surgeries like those are not covered by insurance because sometimes it's just for vanity. But like if it does improve someone's quality of life, I think it's worth it. You know, pull the trigger, get it done.
It's funny because it's like I like the way I look with glasses, so it's not a vanity thing at all. It's just I want to be able to see. Like I don't, you know.
You could just wear prescribed glasses after you get it done.
That goes against a lot of stuff I believe in. But no, I know what you're saying.
You could be like Casey Neistat, just wear sunglasses.
I could just wear sunglasses, but it really is just like when this particularly happens on my like non-routine days or like my days off and stuff, where I'll wake up and I may go the first couple of hours without wearing my glasses just because of like coincidentally where it's like we wake up, I go and like start taking the dogs out, I'll clean up a little bit, and then I like take my shower, get out of the shower, and I go and like do some other work or whatever. I'm nearsighted, so like I can sit at my computer and not even notice if I'm wearing my glasses or not. Like that's not the problem. It's I can't see far, right? So if I'm just doing work on my computer or some of that stuff, I may not notice that I'm not wearing my glasses for a couple hours, and all of a sudden I go somewhere, not like I'll walk into the living room or something, and I like looking around, I'm like I can't see anything, and I'm like I don't have my glasses on, and so it'd just be nice to not have that type of experience again. Or I
have no idea what that's like. I literally have had perfect vision my entire life. I can look across the room and read the titles of all my books, and like I can see anything.
I can't read anything over there. I can't read a single thing over there. I wish I could give you guys examples, but my bookshelf is probably 5 feet away from me, and I know what they say, but like I cannot read them at all. It's terrible.
I wonder if sometimes I feel like I'm wasted, because I know not a lot of people have as good vision as I have. Like I literally have perfect vision. And so like sometimes I feel like maybe I wasted a gift, you know, maybe I should have been a pilot or something.
Something that drives me crazy also though is like getting dust on my glasses. And that's overall the best quality of life change that LASIK will help me with, is like if I get dirt or dust or whatever on my glasses, like I want to clean them as quickly as possible. And using your shirt to clean them is not the same as using a microfiber cloth. Like it is extreme. I have microfibers in my backpack. I've got a bunch on my desk. I've got one in my car, and like I always have to have them on me just so I can clean my glasses. So that would be like the best quality of life change with LASIK, because I don't have to worry about keeping my glasses clean. Or like if I go swimming, I'm not going to be able to see. Like, it's something I just know. Like, if I go swimming or whatever, like, I don't have my glasses with me, so I can't see. And that's how I live my life.
It's funny is I actually can relate to the microfiber and like constantly cleaning because I wear goggles / sunglasses for my work day. Like, you know, just for snowboarding, I'm always wearing, even though like it's not for vision, it is for vision, but it's not because you know what I'm saying. But I think we did it, bro. I think we crushed this podcast. We've kind of gone with the style, guys, where like we're going in no topic, and Ben's been thinking of or being like, hey, maybe we should have these topics, things like that. And I've kind of been like, I like just sitting down and just rambling and talking, but we'll definitely figure something out. Maybe we'll come out with segments. We'd love your feedback on not only the episode, but episodes, the podcast in general. You know, we're on our 10th episode, so this thing is very much in its infant stage. Eventually, maybe we'll have guests, but that's not where our focus is at all. And a lot of podcasts will use guests to grow, but we're kind of just like, I just like talking to my brother. Honestly, it's been really fun to catch up with him and just to reconnect after a couple of years of not talking all the time.
Yeah. And the content that we're trying to think of is just kind of like game show, maybe style stuff, something that gives a hook to our short form contents for people to discover us and want to watch us and everything. But we'll come up with some stuff. We really enjoy the non-structure though, the go with the flow aspect. But, we just want to provide the best stuff for you. So if you guys have kind of wants from us, if you guys have maybe like a Q&A type thing or something like that, just let us know. We would love to incorporate your guys's like wants into our content for you guys. So just, yeah, keep us updated on what you're looking at.
It could be cool to like, if someone leaves a really good comment on a topic, like, what do you guys think of this? You know, maybe every episode we'll do one guest question or something, or not guest, but we'll answer one comment.
What we'll probably do, and this will be for episode 11, guys. But what we can probably do, bro, is on your Instagram post like a Q&A type question or whatever, and then we'll feature it in the podcast. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, we could do like the last 20 minutes, go through the Instagram questions and topics and rapid fire them, maybe something like that, guys.
Well, let's wrap up and let's get out of here.
Well, thank you so much for watching the podcast. Enjoyed hanging out with my brother and talking with him, and I hope you guys did enjoy it as well. Like, subscribe, check out our personal channels and things that are in the description. Check out the show notes, whatever all that is, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace, guys.